All right, so I have been wanting to talk about this subject for a long time because this subject or whatever, it means a lot to me. But and I always said, like, if I ever like started doing YouTube or just posting videos with myself speaking on things, that I would talk about this because I think it's very important. And so I feel, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like there are three different type of people in the world. And I feel like there's a person that is very, so I feel like there's a person that's very self-aware. They're self-aware about, you know, they just dig deep within, and they know that they can't be a certain, now just because you're self-aware does not mean that you're not going to make mistakes or that you're not going to do wrong things. It just means, like, basically, and you know why you do certain things that you do. And they're also the type of person that they like to know what's going on in the world. Like, they know what's happening, like whether that be with the government doing certain things, or just people, and how they operate, and knowing people and seeing people for who they are, things like that. There's that type of person, and I feel like I'm that type of person. That's me. Like, I'm very self-aware. Like, I know why I did certain things in my past, or why certain things happen, and things like that. Or like, and it's not easy for these people. Like, these types of people, you have to look at yourself, the negative parts of yourself. Not you It's not only looking at the good, you have to look at the ugly, you have to look at the whatever, like, you have to be able to face that. And that's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to admit to yourself that at one point you were a very selfish person, or at one point you were like allowing people to disrespect you because you didn't love yourself, or just things like that. Like, it's hard to admit these things, especially out loud or to other people, because you might feel ashamed or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people just, they don't they know that it's going to be hard work, especially because if you're walking through life with like a one perspective, like one type of mindset. You have your mindset is set on one thing, and it's not easy to just hop out of that and to evolve and not think that way when you've been thinking that way for so long. So yeah, there's that type of person. Then I feel like the second type of person is the type of person that they're self, like, okay, so how do I put this? Okay, so I'll put it like this. They know what's going on, right? They know what's going on within themselves. They know what's going on within the world. They'll see things for how it is, but they won't act on it. Like, they'll kind of put it to the back of their mind, like it's not there. They know, for example, like, they know that rapists are in the world and things like that are happening, but they're the type of person that's gonna, and I don't want to hear about that, I don't want to blah blah blah. Or you could come to them and you could see in them, like, an example would be like, maybe like you could see that they're a people pleaser, and you can kind of try to give them advice on that, or say, I kind of noticed this about you, blah blah blah. They're the type that's gonna deny, like they don't know what you're talking about, but in reality they know that they're a people pleaser. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to, because like I said, like I was saying before, they don't want to put in the work. They know that if they admit these things to themselves, or about themselves, that they know about themselves, they're going to have to, it's not going to be an easy transition. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be hard work. So they'd rather just not do it and stay in that same mindset, that even though they know that it's wrong, they're going to still stay in that box that they have themselves in, because they're scared of the unknown. They're the unknown, and they're just going to be stagnant basically, even though they know what's going on, they know what's happening, but they're not going to put in the work. And then I feel like the third type of person is, they're the type of person that's they feel like the world revolves around them. Like, they feel like they're like in their own world type of thing. Like, like when you daydream, like they're kind of like those type of people. Like, they're not dumb or anything. It's just like they don't really care. I'm not gonna say they don't care, but it's like they don't really worry about what's going on in the world. They don't really, like, they're just in their own, they're all about them, and they're kind of like oblivious to these things that they do, because everybody doesn't know that they're in the wrong when they do certain things, or like everyone, like, I will stand by that. So, but these other people, they don't feel like, they just don't know. Like, they could be a straight up asshole, but they don't feel like they're an asshole. Like, they don't see it. Like, you could show them proof, the proof could be in their face, like, and they're still gonna believe that they're this good person, or whatever the narrative that they have up in here. You can't convince them otherwise, basically. So I think that there are those three types of people. And I'm saying this because I know myself, and I have been these three different types. I've been these three different types of people, all at different points in my life. But in the present now, I know that I'm the self-aware of everything that's going on, and what and self-aware of what I got going on within. So I just want to talk about that. And I just think that it's so crazy, because people are very interesting, and you can kind of like, I personally, I read people so well. Like, that is something that I love about myself. Like, I can read people so well, like, and I'm not gonna say I'll pretend like they'll think that I don't know what's going on or what's happening in the moment, but I know exactly what's going on. But I'll just kind of like not really give it any attention or whatever. But I feel like God is always testing me. Like, he's always testing me, and there have been times where I've been tested and I failed the test. Like, I'll say this, like, certain people, I want to talk about change, and how you could know that you're changing and you're progressing, that you're elevating in life, that there's times where I said I changed, but in the back of my head, like, I knew, like, this might happen again, I might do this again, this, that, and the third. But there's a point in your life, I feel like, where you're going to know where you change. Like, you just know, like, you're not going for this, that, and the third no more. It's none of that. That's where I'm at. And so be mindful of the people that hold on to your past self. There are people in this world that it does not matter. You could be doing good for yourself, proving yourself to be whatever, proving yourself to be better than your past self. There are going to be people that are going to hold on to that person that they once knew, and they're going to continue to project it onto you and say like you didn't change, or that you're not going to change, or whatever, because they're going to hold on to that perception that they have of you. Be mindful of those people and stay away from those people, because they're trying to keep you stagnant, and they don't really want you to grow. They don't want you to progress. They want you to stay where you're at, because they're stagnant and they're not growing and progressing. So they're going to project onto you and say, yeah, you didn't change, you're the same girl from blah blah blah. I seen a video and this girl, she was explaining, this lady, she was talking about how her aunt was telling her son how she used to be, a quote unquote hoe back then, and doing this, that, and the third. But in the present now, she's married, she has a husband, she has a business going, she has all these things going for herself. But her aunt would always go to her son and just talking down on her, talking about her past self and all these things, all these negative things that she did in the past. You need to stay away from those types of people, because they are trying to sabotage you. They are trying to mess it up for you, your growth. They are seeing that you are progressing and that you are getting better and that you are going where you are supposed to be, and they don't like that because they're not going where they're supposed to be. They're stagnant. They are not progressing in their life, so they want you to be down there with them. They're going to try to bring you down there with them. Don't allow them to do that, because they know what they're doing, and they're just trying to mess it up for you and mess up your mindset. And they're trying to bring out them old ways. You know, it's just like, we're like, say you're somebody who, you know, you're addicted to alcohol, or you're trying to get over this addiction to alcohol, and you got somebody who they always walking up in with a bottle of Hennessy and waving it in your face and acting like whatever, like everything's normal, knowing that you're trying to progress and get over your addiction to alcohol. People do stuff like that. They're evil people, have these spirits attached to them, and they don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see that. It's just like how I was just talking to my friend the other day about this, about how I hate that in the Black community there is this spirit of competition. And people think that like it's not in your family or in your friends, but y'all don't understand that it be your own family, your friends, whoever, like they don't care. Like, they'll want you to do good, but they don't want you to do better than them. They will project onto you, and they will make you feel like you could be somebody. You can say, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be this, that, and the third. And they're going to project onto you, and they're gonna say, you're not smart enough to do that. You're not this, that, and the third. And people who, I won't say have a weaker mindset, or yes, well, I guess that is a weaker mindset, because this is why I say you can't get so into what other people think about you, because if you get in your head about what other people think about you, it could change your whole thinking pattern, and it's not even really you, it's them, because again, they're projecting onto you. So this is why I believe in really just staying true to yourself and knowing what you want and believing in yourself. You don't need nobody else to believe in you. Just make sure you're believing in yourself and doing what you have to do to get to where you're going. Don't matter what nobody else say. What your destiny is your destiny. Nobody can stop that. People can try to sabotage you and come up and try to take this from you, take that from you. No, your destiny is your destiny, and you're going to do what you have to do. You're going to get to where you have to go. So just be mindful of those types of people, because it's not, I hate that, because what's going to happen is those same people they want you to do good but not better than them. What's going to happen is, whether it be that same year or the next year or 5 years or 10 years from now, that person is going to end up doing better than them, whether it be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. It doesn't matter. That person is end up going to do better than that person, because God don't play. You're not going to sit up here and wish that and basically project onto other people that, like you want them to be successful and you want them to be good, but not more successful than you. No, then God's going to take what you got going on. He's going to take it right from you, because you're out here trying to wish evil on other people and their success. Like, no, that's not how it works. Other people should be able to do good, and you can do good too. Both of y'all should be able to do good. Like, sorry, my phone died, but yeah, I just feel like we live in a world where people don't want love to win. They don't want love to win. They have spirits attached to them, and whether that be the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy, the spirit of hatred, walking around because they're used to chaos and catastrophe, that they will literally hate so much. That I'm somebody that when I see like a couple loving on each other, being happy, being them, unapologetically them, I get happy, I get smiley, I get, really almost teary-eyed, because there's so many people in this world that operate of, oh, I'm never gonna find love. Love is it doesn't exist. Oh, I'm gonna be walking around here and I'm not gonna be loyal to this person because I just know there's no loyal people out here. And that's not the truth. And having that mindset is not doing anything. People don't understand that it's hurting you more than it's helping you. It's hurting you more than it's helping you. And I will never not believe that. But, and I think that you also just have to pay attention to people that want to stay close to you, because there will be people that literally hate your guts. They hate your whole life, and they'll make sure that they stay close enough to you so that when you're because people will see your light, they will see that you will be successful. They will know they will feel it in their brittle bones that you're going to be successful, you're going to do good, and they're going to come for you, and they're going to try to ruin your destiny. They're going to come for you, but you wouldn't even know. They might smile up in your face, they might act like they love you to death, but they hate you. They hate you. And when you are up there and when you start doing good and blah blah blah, guess who's going to be having their hand out? Them. But they hate your guts. But don't worry, as long as you're using discernment and everything else, it's going to slip out. People who truly hate you, is going to slip, and it's going to show, whether it be in their facial expressions, or they could say something to you that they think you don't understand, or that think you're so stupid that it went over your head. That's why I say I be knowing what's going on in certain situations or certain conversations. I just don't say nothing. I don't even let them know that I know what's going on. I just keep a mental note and I keep it pushing. But I just feel like I tell the truth. I just feel like I just feel like I tell the truth, and telling the truth in a world full of lies it's crazy. But I don't care. People can look at me and think I'm crazy all they want, or think whatever you want about me. But oh my gosh, why does it keep doing that? But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's very important and people should know these things and not take things so personal, because it's not them, it's not the people, it's the energy and it's the spirits that are attached to them. And that's why I think that it's very important to have a prayer life and to make sure that you're protecting yourself spiritually, because it can go left very quickly for people, and it does. So yeah, and just know that you don't need anybody. And what I mean by that is, people will act like, and they'll say, yeah, you need me, don't say nothing when you need me, or don't say nothing when you don't have nobody. You don't need nobody but God. Those same people that are saying don't say nothing when you need me and blah 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 are the same people that are going to be nowhere to be found when you truly need them. So just make sure you're staying prayed up. And yes, that is